Hello, Bolt customer community. I'm Eric Crawford in Seattle. I'm delighted to be here today to give you a quick walkthrough on how to get started building apps, websites with Bolt. I'm the customer enablement lead at Bolt. And so I'd like to say first that you should consider me to be an accessible resource for you as you continue on your Bolt building journey. And I'm just an email away and can respond to your needs there with respect to ideating, brainstorming, building, and troubleshooting as well. So today I'm going to walk you through some of the resources available, your first Bolt experience, how to connect a database to your Bolt app if needed, publishing your Bolt app, and some of the integrations to get that next level experience and functionality from Bolt. Okay, so as you know, Bolt.new is the place to start. Generally, you can start by entering your first prompt. I like to, when I'm coming up with an idea for an app or a new concept, I like to open a notes document and just start to type out, just start to think out loud about what I'd like to build and try to map that out in a pretty simple manner. So in this case, I'm a very avid golfer. So today I'm trying to build an app that allows people to connect with other golfers wherever they are to meet and play golf. In this case, it's for money, but we can get to that later. So generally, I like to start with a little bit of context about what the app is and what it does. So I provide a quick overview section. Then I get into a little bit of the functionality associated with the application and include some additional notes about the customer experience. And finally, a simple request for what I want to get out of Bolt. So I'd like to point out that this is a pretty simple breakdown here, and I can easily copy and paste this into Bolt to get started. But you can also start with a simple one-line prompt and then continue iterating with Bolt in the build section. So in this case, I will take this and I'll just copy and paste into Bolt and press enter. Now, I do have an account, but if you don't, you can easily create one using GitHub or Google accounts. Okay, cool. So that's already started. Instead of waiting for it to generate the output here, I had already created another prototype using the same prompts. So this will be a little faster and it'll get to the preview based on what I've provided, though it is very fast and anything that you enter generally takes a minute or two to generate the preview. So as you can see on the left, I have my prompts and the build mode that I'm engaged in with Bolt's AI right now. And then there's the preview section and there's the code section. So the preview section is, to me, is kind of the most, surprise and delight aspect of Bolt, where you go from idea to real web page or application in just a couple minutes. So this is pretty awesome in my opinion. It very well replicated or visualized the application that I'd like to build, which is to connect people to play golf in the real world. And as you can see, it mapped out some of the core components that I referenced and everything that I'd want to communicate to the customer about the value proposition of the app, how it works, how to get started, you know, potential testimonials, things like that. So I'm very satisfied with this. If I wanted to refine that, I could enter more descriptive information here in the build mode. There's also a few icons and functions at the bottom. If I wanted to take advantage of, let's say if I just wanted to ideate and discuss that with Bolt, I can do that here. I can also leverage prompt libraries, get help, and let's see, I can also upload specs or get AI to help me enhance my prompts. So all these tools are available to you. And one thing to note is that all of this activity that you use to build your app or website is based on tokens. And tokens you may be familiar with from your use of other popular app tools like ChatGPT and Gemini and Claude. So if you need some more information about how to optimize your use of tokens while you're building, all of that is clearly outlined in the Help Center. And there are also plenty of tutorials related to that on the YouTube channel. So let's get back to our app. I'm pretty satisfied with this for now. I'd like to just, you know, kind of take it from here. And if I want to iterate later, I can always come back to this project. So one of the things that you should consider when building an app or website is that it does help to connect a database if you want certain functionality, like the ability to store things such as user information, settings, preferences, and user activity. Also, if you want to allow people to purchase things, you want to connect that purchase history to their account. So one great thing about Bolt is that it is connected to a platform called Supabase. And Supabase very quickly creates a database that connects to your Bolt application. So in this case, I'm going to sign into my existing Supabase account. If you need to create a new one, that's very straightforward. So I'm logging in here. So I currently have one existing project, but now in the integration section, I'm going to add Supabase for this new project, and I'm going to call it Golf Money Games and give it a password and then create a new project. Okay. So that is actively working there. And if I want to see it, I can always go to my Supabase dashboard, and you can see that Golf Money Games was created as a project here. And there are a number of different functions that you can enable here. Again, I would refer you back to the Help Center or YouTube, where there are more detailed walkthroughs of the value of Supabase and the functionality that it offers. So this is great. I feel like I'm up and running already with a pretty cool landing page that communicates the value proposition of Golf Money Games. And like I said, I can continue iterating here based on how far I'd like to take it. If I want to accept payments, I can also integrate with entities such as Stripe, which is a very robust platform for accepting payments and managing relationships with customers that purchase through your application. And also there is GitHub integration, which allows for version control of your code. So if you want to iterate on your code outside of Bolt, this is an easy integration with GitHub that allows you to do that as well. All right. So I feel like we've covered most of the basics here. I would also like to point out that once you do create your first app with Bolt, you should feel free and very energized to shout from the rooftops and share your progress and your app with the Bolt community. And so Bolt does offer a number of different communities through Discord and Reddit, Twitter, YouTube, like we've seen. And also, you should feel free to connect with me directly if you need help brainstorming about your app, ideating, understanding integrations that we discussed, and or just help with troubleshooting, token optimization, anything that you can think of where I can help you. I'd be happy to jump on a call, talk through that with you, or interact with you via email. So thank you so much for listening and getting this tutorial. I feel like the sky's the limit in terms of creativity and what you can create and monetize through both. So again, please consider me accessible to help. And thanks so much for watching this. And I hope it was helpful for you. And let's stay connected. Thanks a lot. Take care.